one of the most frustrating things that my wife and I have both expressed to each other about situations and to each other about each other is this sort of feeling of, I shouldn't have to be the one to correct this, fix this, stay on top of this, whatever. And with our pool example at the beginning, we hired a pool company. We're not pool experts. We don't even know what to look for. And we caught a lot of the issues that we saw just purely happenstance. We happened to be home that day or at that time. We walked out to check the progress and we noticed that, they're painting the outside of the house pink, and we're like, what the heck's going on? But the sense that I had during that is, I shouldn't have to be the one to be on top of it. And my wife and I have even had that exchange with each other about things. I shouldn't have to be the one to keep you on top of making sure you go do your appointments, Justin. Or I shouldn't have to be the one for this or that or whatever. And there is truth in that, in the sense that we're adults, and part of supporting each other and part of being the best version of each other for each other is taking care of your responsibilities and being respectful enough to your spouse, to your partner, to your friend, to honor them in the way that, hey, I'm going to take care of my stuff so they don't have to be exhausted at the end of the day from doing whatever they do, and then also come home and have to clean up all of my messes or remind me about things a million times because I was too busy looking on Instagram or doing whatever instead of handling my own business. So that part of it is 100% truthful. Where I would push back on it for our relationship and with coworkers and to coach and teach our daughter about stuff is, there's always going to be some of that in life. And you just have to be prepared to deal with it. And I have to make sure that I don't let my ego get in the way of that kind of stuff where, I shouldn't have to do this. Well, no, maybe you shouldn't, but guess what? You either do it or something doesn't get done. So we do the best we can. Surround yourself with the best people that you can, whether it's at work or friends or family or whatever. But things are going to happen. You're going to hire a pool company and they're going to mess up. You're going to hire someone to paint your house and they're going to mess up. You're going to hire whatever, or you're going to be in charge of this, or someone's going to be in charge of that, and things are going to happen. So you have to be prepared to deal with that. In dealing with those moments, using grace will go a long way to help you having a much easier time to deal with it in the future. And I think that is a very important lesson, is every time that you deal with one of these issues and you handle it with grace and maturity and patience and kindness, doesn't mean that you can't be an advocate for yourself, like we've talked about before, or stand up for yourself, or make sure that it gets corrected. But the way in which you handle that can go a long way in evolving you as a person, modeling the right behavior for your spouse, your family, your daughter, your son, your coworkers, your friends. And over time, all of those little things will be much, much easier. And a great example for that is when I used to cook, the first 6 months, when something would happen, when I'd overcook a steak, when I'd drop something, when something would burn, it was like, oh my God, the end of the world. And after a while, you just get good at it, you get comfortable at it, and you could get mad. And if you do, all you're going to do is slow up the rest of the kitchen, right? You're going to piss everybody else off because not only did you make a mistake, but now you're throwing frying pans and getting all upset and yelling or whatever. So that doesn't do anything. And I worked with plenty of guys that did that. And it's like, come on, man, like either get back in it or get the hell out of the kitchen. Like you're ruining everything. So having the ability to just roll with it and not get consumed by it and just push through it, that is a great way to grow and to learn and to model that right behavior for our children. So down the road, when something happens to them, that they're not going to freak out. They'll know how to deal with it, and they'll just realize that it's just something that happens, and they'll just push through it.